In a previous example, we saw what would happen if the price actually rose above equilibrium. We also have a situation that could occur in a market where the price was actually perturbed below equilibrium. So in this particular case, let's go in and draw our downward sloping demand curve. We'll mark it with a small d. And we have our upward sloping supply curve, mark it with an S. And let's just assume for this example that our equilibrium or our market clearing price is going to be equal to $5, and where the quantity demanded is equal to the quantity being supplied is going to be 10 units of the good. Now again, for whatever reason, a disturbance runs through this market and it perturbs the price below equilibrium. So now our going market price is going to be $3 per unit. Remember again, there's a difference between equilibrium and if you walk into the store and look at the price on this good, the price will now be $3. So again, to do the analysis, you draw a dotted line all the way across where it strikes both the demand and supply curves. And you say at the price of $3, where your line strikes the supply curve, that is going to be the amount that sellers would be willing and able to sell, your quantity supplied. And let's say in this particular case, that happens to be 8 units. Now you notice the quantity supplied went down because as price goes down, profit margin is squeezed, and the seller would be willing to sell fewer units of the good. Also, if you follow that line across where it strikes your demand curve, that's going to be the amount that your demanders would be willing and able to buy, or your quantity demanded. And let's just say in this case, that happens to be 12 units of the good. Now, again, you notice the quantity demanded went up because as price goes down, the good is now cheaper than it was before relative to all your other goods and services, and therefore buyers are able to buy more of the goods. But you notice you have a situation now where the quantity that is being demanded is greater than the quantity that's being supplied. And if that situation exists, you have what is called a shortage of that good or service. And in fact, in this case, the shortage is again the distance between the demand and supply curves. So your shortage is going to be your quantity that is being demanded minus your quantity that is being supplied. So in our particular example, our quantity demanded is going to be 12 units minus our quantity being supplied, which is 8 units. So the shortage in this market is going to be 4 units of the good. Alright, now again, we're out of equilibrium, so someone is unhappy. And in fact, again, it turns out to be to some extent both parties, because you can make the argument, well, clearly sellers are unhappy because the price is lower and their profits are being squeezed. Now, on the demand side, you would say, well, hey, demanders should be happy with the lower price. But if you think about it, demanders are saying, hey, we're willing and able to buy 12 units of the good, but how many are they actually buying? Only 8 units, what the sellers are willing and able to sell. So both parties are unhappy with this situation. So the result is going to be that the price is going to start to increase back toward its equilibrium. So we know as price goes up, quantity supplied is going to increase as well. It's going to move back towards equilibrium. As the price increases, quantity demanded is going to decrease, because as price goes up, people are not able to buy as much as they did before. So your price will continue to rise back up to $5. When we're at $5, demanders will say, I'm willing and able to buy 12 units of the good. Sellers will say, I am willing and able to sell you. At the price of $5, demanders will say, I'm willing and able to buy 10 units of the good. Suppliers will say, I'm willing and able to sell you 10 units of the good, and therefore the market will clear at the price of $5.